We're now going to move from agents to the role of the team leader. I'd like to introduce my colleague, Will. We've got Will to present this section because, quite honestly, he's the best recruiter of team leaders in Australia. Over to you, Will. No pressure.
Yeah, that was uncalled for, but yeah, thank you. Will, I'm one of the directors at SMAART Recruitment, been recruiting for over 10 years now in the contact centre space, and have talked with hundreds, if not thousands, of team leaders across my journey. So I think I'm in a good position, and today, can I get a raise of hands of team leaders here today? Team leaders, you would have noticed that contact centre managers went first, agents went second, and team leaders went last. Not today, I'm here to stick up for you. So we asked team leaders to rank their duties by importance, and this is what they said: coaching and development, leadership, checking in, hitting KPIs, QA, reporting, analysis, dealing with personnel issues, dealing with escalations, subject matter expert, in meetings, coordination, recruitment, dealing with remote issues. And so then we asked, how much of that are you spending your time in, and what's the right amount of time? You can see the results. Where are you spending too much time? No surprise, in meetings, I think. Everyone, yeah. Dealing with personnel issues. And look, I think that comes back to a lot more people working remotely, that instant feedback you get working in a call center, walking over, having that conversation, and dealing with escalations. So we'll touch on that a little bit later. Where are we not spending enough time? And you can see in the top 5, rank number 1, coaching and development. 2, QA. And 3, checking in with team members. As a team leader, we've got 3, I guess the 3 top answers are in the top 5 most important things we think we should be doing as a team leader. What's worse than that, looking at the data from last year, is that that gap's actually widened across those 3 key areas. So which duties would you like to remove from your role? You have to suck it up. You got to do something, and dealing with escalation complaint, it's not going to go away. That's why you're there. You're there to support, I guess, your frontline agents and help them out. But I'm not sticking you up for that one. You're on your own. Coordination, rostering, and dealing with remote working issues. And in a couple of slides, we'll touch on that. But I guess when it comes to coordination, and I think with a lot of these, when it comes to reporting analysis, and this is going to come up a bit as well, we need to lean into looking at technologies and how to, I guess, lighten the load for team leaders when it comes to these issues, so they can be doing the things that they want to do. So what are your weaknesses as a team leader? Subject matter expert. And I think this is a really important one, and I think this comes down to, again, something we're going to highlight in a couple of slides, which is, I guess, the lack of training and development. Dealing with remote working issues, 28%, and reporting and analysis. Again, something boring, but again, it's pretty important. And again, it's noticed in the previous slide that it's a big, important part of the role. This last year was nowhere near like this. So I think the team leader has caught up with the rigmarole of working from home. They're getting used to it. 89% feel that they can. 8% said, yeah, we're not quite there, but we're getting there. Only 3% feel they're not equipped to look after a remote workforce. So that's probably one of the biggest standouts from last year to this year, is that we've caught up. This is, I guess, by far the most, I guess, the saddest part of this, and this has actually gotten worse from last year, and is that, does your contact centre have a structured, ongoing learning development program for team leaders? Call centres spend so much time, I guess, onboarding, training, development, frontline staff, management, every single other area, but it seems that team leaders get neglected, and that's what it shows. 55% don't have any structured training whatsoever. And so what effect is that having to the rest of the call centre? You know, team leaders are such a great conduit between upper management and the frontline workers and customer. They see it, they hear it, they live it day to day. Yet 55% of them do not have any formal structured training, which is going to have a trickle-on effect. So we asked them, what are you hoping to achieve in your career in the next 3 years? 62 intend to be with their current contact centre. 25 intend to be with their current organisation, but outside of their call centre role. That's massive. The other stat that's not in there is that not one team leader is looking to leave the industry at all. So I guess some key findings from the report. We must find ways to allow team leaders to spend more time coaching and developing frontline agents, and I think that's using tools like technology, like AI, to take away those menial tasks so they can do the things that they think are important, which obviously is, coaching and development of their frontline agents. They were screaming out frontline agents in the previous slides, saying this is what we need. We need training, we need development. TL's identifying reporting analysis as an important part of their job, but also their greatest weakness, and it comes with subject matter expert. Again, that comes down to training. The more you know, the more you grow. And team leaders intend on staying, provide development for them, or be left with underdeveloped staff. Thank you. Sorry,
Thank you, Will. Luke asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being a strong yes, should team leaders be paid on par with psychologists?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's true. No, I see it and I hear it a lot. It's one of the, and they're not equipped to have these conversations. But I think working from home again has made that tougher, to have that face-to-face conversation, to pull somebody off the phone, pull them aside. You can notice that when you're in the same room as them. If they're working from home, you can't see that. So, yeah, I feel for them.
Is there any correlation between the contact centres with structured team leader training and those that don't? And positive results?
I haven't seen the data, so I don't want to speculate because I know you don't like it. But yeah, look, it's probably a pretty strong yes.
If you were going to speculate, you get one free pass.
Yeah. Speculate, yeah, of course. It can only help. And again, and I think the last, I think across all levels, training development between the three key roles has been at the forefront.
So 25% of team leaders said subject matter expert is one of their greatest weaknesses. And so the questions come in, is it necessary to be a subject matter expert to be a team leader?
I think so, yeah. You're the go-to person for the frontline agent when they're in help or they're screaming out, because the customer's screaming out, you're there to support that person. You need to know what you're talking about, what the product is, what the issue is.
Anonymous says, my team leaders are here with me, don't suggest a pay rise.
That's coming up later. That's coming up later on, so get your cameras out and...
All right, and final question, Will, when you're recruiting team leaders now, what are you seeing in terms of trends around what contact centres are asking for, and what skills do you think are going to be important over the next 3 to 5 years? Maybe what skills don't, that are less valued at the moment that are going to become more important moving forward for team leaders?
I think a trend I've seen, I guess, over my trip at SMAART is we're getting less team leader roles, which is a great thing, which means contact centres are promoting from within and saying, yep, you can grow a career with us. You don't have to be a frontline agent for 10 years, 5 years. They're investing in the development of their staff. But again, it seems to be a little bit with the training and performance and not having that structured performance that, yep, it's Johnny who's a high performer and he wants more from the company, so let's just give him a team leader position and that's it. There's no sort of follow-up with that. I guess the key skills they're looking for, I guess the new team leaders and trainers would be around, I guess, that empathy, strong people who understand, who can support their team, can have those conversations, those tricky conversations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Will from SMAART.